Hey friend, welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie. Grab your coffee or whatever you're drinking today and let's chat. Today, this is part of my Reduce Overwhelm series where once a month I'll come here and give you a tip, a strategy that you can implement in your life just to feel lighter and calmer during your day. Today we are going to talk about reset strategies, and this is going to be reset strategies that help your mornings feel calmer. Sets your day up before it even starts. If you're not a morning person, this is definitely one you're going to want to catch. My name is Angie. I'm a personal strategy coach. I support driven working moms to create rock solid systems at home so dinner isn't a last minute scramble, kids' logistics are not chaos, and self-care isn't an afterthought. Instead of guilt and exhaustion, you can finally feel present, energized, and in control of the life you are building while also taking time for yourself. If you're catching the live or the replay, I'd love to know that you're here. Just type something in the comments, whether it's just a hi or where you're from, or maybe what you're joining me drinking today. Okay, so most overwhelm really actually isn't a morning problem. It usually can be solved with what happens the night before. And a lot of us think the solution to a smoother, better morning is getting up an hour earlier and getting a workout in, or starting with a Bible study, or doing all of these things that take extra time in the morning. And that just adds more pressure, especially if you're not a morning person. You might last a few days and then you're exhausted. At least that's what happened to me. So what actually helps is reducing what your brain has to carry when you wake up. Most overwhelm in the morning is one of three categories. Now, I want you to listen today to these different categories and see where you see yourself falling into, and run after that category, do something from that category, and ignore the rest. This is not about doing it all. It's doing what supports you and leaving the rest behind. So the first is decision fatigue. If you are someone who wakes up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear? What am I going to have for breakfast? Oh shoot, the kids, their clothes aren't washed. What are they going to be wearing? And you have all of these decisions to make before you run out the door and it's overwhelming. This one is for you. Some things that can support you with this reset is laying out your clothes the night before, or even your kids' clothes the night before, putting your keys, your purse, anything that you need for the next morning in a certain spot. It's helpful to use that same spot every single day, but if not, that's okay too. Just you know where it is the night before you go to bed. Also, deciding breakfast ahead of time. Not necessarily making it if you don't want to, but just deciding what you're having. Is it going to be a granola bar you're going to grab quick? Is it going to be, maybe you did an egg bake at the beginning of the week, or you're going to make scrambled eggs or oatmeal that morning. Whatever it is, you already know what you're going to be doing, and so you don't have to think about it the next morning. Your brain isn't overwhelmed with all of these decisions. Now, this is not being organized for the sake of being organized. This is about asking your brain not to work so hard right away in the morning. Now, the second category is mental overwhelm. If you wake up thinking about everything that you need to do that day and you're like, shoot, I can't remember, or I can't forget to do this, and I have to remember to do that, and oh man, when am I going to do this? Like your brain is never getting a break. And oftentimes if you wake up in that state, you probably aren't sleeping very well because all of those things are swimming in your mind overnight. So this is what I want you to do the night before. Grab a piece of paper and jot down the top 3 things that have to be accomplished the next day. You don't need to list everything. However, if you're thinking, oh yeah, that's not going to work because I have so many little things like an email I have to respond back to, or, just tiny little things that are like you can't forget and you're keeping it in your head, then do a brain dump. Just dump it on a piece of paper, and then the next day after you're ready for the day or at work or whatever, on that piece of paper is everything you need to accomplish, and you can just refer back to it. This is going to help your mind just rest instead of rehearse over and over and over again all of the time. The third category is environmental chaos. So if you are someone who wakes up in the morning and you get to the kitchen to make your coffee or breakfast and you're like, oh, there's dirty dishes in the sink again, and that really annoys you. Or as you make your way through the house, you're tripping over toys and you're like, oh my gosh, the house is such a mess, and that clutter brings you a ton of overwhelm, then here's a couple resets for you the night before. One is taking one area that just brings you that overwhelm. If you don't care about tripping over toys the next morning, then don't worry about those. If the dishes are the thing that really annoys you, then just make sure dishes are in the dishwasher before you go to bed, or the counter's clear, or whatever area is just bringing you unease in the morning, just straighten that. This is not about straightening the whole house. It's just tidying up a space that allows you to wake up not overwhelmed right away in the morning. All right, those are those three categories. Again, don't do something from every single category. Just pick one area that creates the most calm for you right away in the morning and decreases your stress. Now, if you tackle one item and you're like, hey, that was really helpful, I really like this other idea Angie had, great, come back to that. Once that one area seems to be a bit under control, then add in something else. But this is not about adding in as much as you can or trying to rush through all of these different things. This is about implementing something into your life that will decrease the stress and the chaos in the morning. Real true resets are not about doing more. It's about shifting when you do things so your future self is going to get a softer start in the morning. All right, my friend, if this felt helpful, I'm excited for you to try a small reset tonight and see what happens tomorrow. If you're going to give one a shot, let me know in the comments which one it is. All right, my friend, I'll see you next time.